Before you hire people for your business, first and foremost, you need a vision and then you need a mission. Today we speak to Agnest Chan, founder of Maxcom, a mobile platform provider. I'm Ben Ibrahim, and as usual, let's go learn about what it's like to run your very own business, as this is Entrepreneur.
Come in.
Hi Agnes, how are you?
Hello.
Sorry
Hi.
to drop by like this, but yeah.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
Please, have a seat, yeah? And our guest today, as promised, is Agnest Chan, founder of Maxcom. Now, before we start our show, earlier when I introduced the show, we spoke about mission and vision. But before we get there, let's ask Agnes the first question. Tell us about your company.
Maxcom is a gateway providers and of course a platform providers. We are focused on mobile applications and mobile content as well. Recently, Maxcom Group, we invested in the movie productions, and that will be in China. So we will be launching it by next year. That will be filming in China and also in Malaysia as well.
Now Agnes, looking in your CV, you worked for some very, very big companies as an employee. Why did you give all that up to become an entrepreneur?
I guess anyone, when you after graduates, you definitely would like to just want to gain experience from companies itself. Okay, I would say that if the value that you contribute is more than the value that the companies pay you, I guess you should start your own company.
Actually, I think the most important part is on the family background. We are in a very type of business family, so I would like her to become the businesswoman, to stand on her own, to build up a business, and with his past experience and hard work on IT line, so she can do well in this type of business.
But growing up, when you were a child, what did you want to become?
Honestly, since young, my first ambition was to become a businesswoman. really. And I never thought of what kind of business, because I would just look at businesswomen as like, wow, you can earn a lot of money.
Cash is king?
Yeah, cash is king. And you gain the power. And from there, you will see that with the power, with the money itself, and of course with the networks. So from there, you know a lot of people.
You like to socialize, and you were influenced by your father to run your very own business.
Exactly.
And that was your childhood dream, to become a businesswoman. So well done in achieving that.
Yes.
But on more simplistic questions, how does this business make money?
In this business, what we do is we promote our services through our systems. So from there, people will just download the contents. Sometimes you want to download a news, or you want to download horoscopes, you want to download any contents. So from there, we charge to your phone. So when you charge
the consumer.
You charge the consumers. From there, we earn the money from them. But of course, it's not only we earn the money from them, but we provide the service. We also provide the services to corporate clients.
Okay.
Like banking, when you do any transactions, any bank transactions right now, you still need to have like a tag request to double confirm a security number for you to do your transactions.
Of course, yes.
So this is how we comes in, and we provide the SMS services through our platform for the end users, for the consumers.
So which one is the main cash cow? Cash cow from the consumers or cash cow from the corporates? And
I
be
would
honest.
say that's consumers. I would definitely
Really?
say it's consumers, okay?
Really?
Because consumers, the market is big, okay? And we are not only in Malaysia, we also penetrate the market into other countries, like Thailand, like Indonesia, like Vietnam, like China, there's more to Southeast Asian countries. And we talk about market itself. If you talk about like consumers, it's mass markets. Corporates, One corporate may have a lot of people inside. Each and every one of us holds a handphone, holds a mobile. So anyone, anytime, you can just straight away download contents anytime, whenever you want.
Sounds like your profit margin is very, very good and very, very healthy. But with everything, what drives costs, high expenditure in your business? I'm sure manpower is one of them.
Definitely yes. That's the only thing that we are looking at, which is causing the high expenditures, which is manpower.
Right.
Reason being is because we are in the service industry line. We don't have hardware. We of course we have software, but software is all developed by humans. We only consult our clients. We provide the services. So what we do need people. The people is the one that is key assets for our industry.
You said people was your highest expenditure, but in this business, you're creating mobile platforms, mobile content. I'm sure you need good equipment for that, good software, which is not cheap. So does that drive high expenditure, or do you have any of that?
Not really.
Not really, yeah?
Because most of it is creative. Because it's like you can just get a normal drawing tools. I have my creative teams outside and they can just straight away use the drawing tools. But the main thing is the creative, the mindset, and it's how we create the contents. In this industry, when we just first started, it was a red oceans. So I would say that the competitors, there are like 100 to 200 players. Yeah, or even more. But how do we differentiate ourselves? So when we first started, services is actually the main key from networks that I have. So that makes us more easier, but not as easy as we think. For the first 10 months, we don't even have any revenue at all.
Really?
Yeah. When we first started, at that moment, we rely a lot on business partners, industry players as well. And one of the first business that we received is actually introduced by one of the industry players.
And final question before we go for our first commercial break. Matt's question, because you've got an MBA as well as an IT degree, is there a formula that you use to make money? You first said, or you said just now, that in the first 10 months, you didn't make any money.
You cannot think of the time you spend in your business, in anything that you do. I guess you just have to tell yourself the value that you brought to the company.
That's your way, yeah?
Yeah, that's my way. Okay. And discipline. And from that time onwards, I was thinking that when I first started Maxcom itself, I know nothing about accounting. So what I'm thinking is I need to get an MBA. MBA master is my ambitions, my ambition since young. I always set my target. I always set my goal.
Wow, you sound like a very structured, systemic, right brain thinker. Everything is planned for you. And as Agnest says, time is money. If you, as an entrepreneur, want money, you've got to put in the time. And Agnest says her way is to put in long hours. We're just going to take a very short commercial break right here on Entrepreneur. But when we come back, we're going to ask Agnest about best practice on how to run an efficient and effective business. Don't run away. This is Entrepreneur, and we'll be right back. We'll see you soon.
Yaitu 7 November sehingga 1 Disember. Tonton liputan penuh Perhimpunan Agung UMNO 2012 secara langsung dari Pusat Perdagangan Dunia Putra PWTC. Analisis awani khas dan agenda awani khas membincangkan persiapan UMNO menghadapi pilihan raya umum ke-13.
Jumaat dalam pesona oasis. Suatu kenyataan yang sukar untuk diterima. Meratapi pemergian orang yang tersayang.
Mama tak boleh terima kenyataan ini, Mama tak boleh.
Tanah kubur musim terbaru. Jumaat di Astro Oasis. Inspirasi Sanubari.
Making money through being a mobile platform provider. Wow, that is a long, long sentence. But in this segment, we're going to ask Agnest, our guest, on how is the best way to run your business. So Agnes, let's talk about selling, because this is a service and you sell this service to consumers and to corporate clients. How do you fine-tune that selling process?
There's a lot of homework need to be done, especially like we expand our business in different countries. One of the business that we gain back is from Vietnam itself.
Okay.
So what we do is we went there and presented something that hasn't been done. So before that, of course, you need to survey on the local cultures.
Okay.
So what I normally do, I'll just do a backpack and check it out. What is their local cultures? So what we do is we have to understand the local cultures. We have to understand them and what kind of phones that they are holding. So from there, from the experience, from the information that you gain, when you talk to clients, you can give them the answers that they want. Because a lot of them, they don't know what they want. They just want to know, I want these results. So what we do is, we just understand their results and we can tell them what's the whole process. And we just briefly present to them what they need and what should they do in order for them to get the results. That's all.
And you as the entrepreneur, you as the service provider, must tap that sort of information before you go in and present, right?
You have to.
So getting things right in terms of this process, because if you get this process right, you're going to get a lot of financial returns. Is that process very expensive and very hard to fine-tune?
Yes and no. Yes is because the project that we presented in Vietnam is interactive TV. It is expensive because we have to purchase the hardware from US. So that is how I would say that it's expensive. But no, it's not expensive because we don't need to invest a lot of things initially. It's more on looking at how you look at the industry. Then you just come up with the whole proposals, and that is not the expensive part.
Now I'm sure your love was tested not just in the year 2007 when you first started, but that was around the time of the subprime crisis.
Yeah.
So the question here is, Agnes, how do you manage your business or a business in a time of financial difficulty?
Our industry doesn't really affected by any crisis.
Really? Advertising budgets, marketing budgets?
Not so much. But it's all relies on the regulations of the governments. If let's say, for instance, if the MCMCs come with some regulations from new terms from the parliament or other things, we need to abide. If you talk about crisis, everyone still need to hold a handphone,
Yep.
right?
True.
Everyone still need to SMS. Even some more countries, even I would say that now the economy is not so good anyway. Okay, but people still need to call, people still need to SMS, people still need to download information, people still download content, and that's why I say the mobile industry can never be down. But it just depends on, but it all depends on the regulations from the government. We are not allowed to be spam. We are not allowed to spam the users, and the telcos also do play a role in this matter. We have the regulations from the telcos that whenever you subscribe to a service, you will receive a message, and that message would contains the price of your contents and also the times, how many times you will receive your contents, and even the customer service number that you will need to call whenever you have any inquiries. So every time when you subscribe to a service, you have all these information in place. There wouldn't have any chances that you will say that I don't subscribe to this message before, because it's automated from the telco, not from us, and it's all being imposed by MCMC from the regulators.
If you had a potential client who was very cynical about your business, how do you change that mindset? How do you transform that into a business opportunity?
I won't change the person's mindset, but I'll share my views with them. For example, if I walk into especially banks, they only know that they need to do the SMS for the tag request and everything, but there's plenty more other things I can do.
Basic perception, yeah?
Yeah, the basic perceptions. But you know what? They will just say that, no, I just don't need it for SMSs, for any other marketing campaigns or other things. No, I don't need to, because I have my own traditional printings and everything that I can do. So what we do is, I'll just show you whatever you can do, and I'll just try to see whether can I just launch this together with the telcos.
Joint venture.
The joint venture.
Okay.
So I can just straight away to to tell them that you don't need to spend a lot of money in the marketing, but you can able to earn money without spending. So what we do is we just tell them the ideas, the whole concepts of how we do, and we just work it out with the telcos, work it out with our business partners as I mentioned. So whatever things that you earn, whatever things I earn as well, I'll share with you. At the same time, I gain the revenue, and the bank gain the revenue, the telcos gain the revenue, and the event companies gain the revenue without any marketing. Because the marketing has been done from event side, because I just tag along with the printing materials, and they just put in SMS to this. But everything, they don't need to do anything. This because they are already in the marketing. So this is how the way we tag along, and how the way we change the mindset.
And final question before we go for our second commercial break. You sound like you have a lot of expectations to manage, more so from the client than from your employees. But the golden question of any service provider, how do you manage your clients' expectations?
What I will do normally, I will just share with them my views. I'll just put myself into their pictures. I'll just put myself in the shoes and just tell them, look, I know that what you want, and I even add on with my experience to tell them what they can do. So from there, I would say that sometimes the expectations might be slightly different, but at the end, they can gain a much more different results and much more better performance to show it to everyone. I guess that's everyone would ever want to have it.
What Agnest is saying in summary, if you have a very, very tough client that demands the sky and the moon, take it easy, put the client back in his place, politely of course, and say, look, okay, you have your views, I have my views, but let's bring each other back on one page and go in one direction. We're just going to take a very short commercial break again, but when we come back, we're going to ask Agnest about her business, strategy and growth on how she plans to grow the business. Don't go away, stick with us right here on Entrepreneur. It's going to be more interesting content coming your way. We'll see you soon.
Penat menunggu? Kelajuan dan nilai berganda dengan plan-plan baru Maxis Fiber Internet. Dapatkan kelajuan 10 Mbps daripada RM148 sebulan. Langkanilah plan-plan terbaru yang lebih pantas.
A princess must be knowledgeable about her kingdom. Compassionate, patient, cautious, clean.
Oh, Mum!
In accordance with our laws, only the firstborn may compete for the hand of the fair maiden. This is what you've been preparing for your whole life.
No, it's what you've been preparing me for my whole life. I want my freedom.
Brave untuk menempah saluran 481.
Iaitu 7 November sehingga 1 Disember. Tonton liputan penuh Perhimpunan Agung UMNO 2012 secara langsung dari Pusat Perdagangan Dunia Putra PWTC. Analisis awani khas dan agenda awani khas membincangkan persiapan UMNO menghadapi pilihan raya umum ke-13.
How is the best way to grow your business? Organic growth? Incremental growth? Well, let's ask that very same question to our guest, Agnest. Agnest, how do you intend to grow your business in the next few years to make more money and to grow the business?
From the moment I start my own business, I always want to list the company.
That's the dream.
So that's my dream.
Okay.
I don't know when will be succeed, and I don't know when I can achieve it. I don't know. Previously I said it's 5 years goal, but now it's already 5 years, and I still haven't achieved it. But I just put it still in my dream to achieve it. But how am I going to achieve it? You ought to have a long-term and short-term goals, right? So what I do is we invested into different kind of platforms, different mobile platforms. Recently, as I mentioned, I invested in movie productions, which I hope that I can able to helps to generate more revenue in order for me to list in Hong Kong or even in Malaysia.
Are you a firm believer in strategic planning?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about some good strategic planning tactics that you used that has worked in the past and now.
When you study, when you were in your uni, you have to study your strategies, how to do a strategic plan and everything. I never follow. But what I believe one thing is, if you do a strategy, for myself, I do a mindset strategy.
Mindset strategy, what is that?
I draw it out myself. I imagine what I want. Sometimes during any of your free times, I'll just sit down, I'll just draw out. Okay, I want to come up with these departments, I want to do these things, I want to do the whole things. Just scratch it out. Anything that you want to do. So from there, just branch it out, just connect them together, and you can come up with the whole strategy plan.
Right.
And that is how I just present it to the board based on my imaginations, and from there I execute it. Like for example, when we first started, people just talking about mobile content, mobile applications. These are the generic ones. But never people thought of movie. And I would say that in this industry, Maxcom is the only one that tag along, synergize both of these industries together and propose it to the telcos.
Now, away from the business, actually, all your hard work has led to an award. Recently, you were named the most promising entrepreneur by Enterprise Asia. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does that award mean to you and your people?
It's not easy to be a businesswoman because we have to face a lot of challenges. People would think that women can't do a lot of things. And it depends on different cultures as well. If you go to certain countries, or some Middle East countries for example, you need to be very careful because they would think that women is not supposed to be in business. And this is what we experience. Having this award is really means a lot to me. Because at least all the things that I have faced or have done, I meant a lot of things to me. And of course to my staff as well.
I think she's very devoted and dedicated to her work. And her PR relationship with the business partner, with the colleague, are very good so that she can succeed. And then she's very adaptable to various business environments, even local and abroad, and also working round the clock without rest sometimes. So I think she can be a very good businesswoman.
Well, indeed, she's professional. I've been working with her for some projects before and really enjoying working with her because she's really patient. Her interpersonal skill is very good. And every time we encounter any human issues in a project, I think she will be the solution for the entire project.
And final question, what's the biggest mistake that you've ever made in business? But a mistake that was a good mistake because it made you a better entrepreneur and a better leader.
I never see a mistake is a mistake. That's one thing.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. And I don't look at any failures as well. Because there's anything that I think that is the right, I'll just do. But there's one mistake that I've done before which makes me change in this company. There's one time I agreed to give a longer credit terms to one of my clients. End up, I have to put that into bad debts. And it's not a small amount. And if you look at bad debts in the accounting point of view, I have to minus the whole entire things, not only the cost, not only the profit, but the whole entire figure. So from that time onwards, I told myself, we have to just make sure that every client, we just set a credit limits or even a credit terms as well. We have to have a certain credit terms. So my finance people will be the one that monitor every single client and how long they can able to prolong the credit terms. I guess this is one of the mistakes that I've made before. But everyone makes mistake. As long as you learn it, definitely you can able to solve it.
Everybody makes mistakes as long as you learn from it. That's the advice according to Agnes. In Agnes's case, it was about the credit term. So, aspiring entrepreneurs, when you run your business, make sure your credit terms are very in sync. And the other word that we've learned today, business-wise, is synergy. The key to success in this business, according to Agnest, is synergy. So, on behalf of everybody here at Astro Awani and Entrepreneur, it's been a very, very good interview because we've learned about synergy. And as usual, if you do want to give us some feedback on our Facebook Astro Awani Entrepreneur website, please do so right here. But other than that, take it easy, folks. Have a good, productive week. And as Agnest said, it's all about balance. Catch you next week, folks. This is Entrepreneur. Okay, Agnest, welcome to our sideshow. Know Your Entrepreneur. First question, favorite food? Answer it quickly.
Rojak.
Rojak. Okay, you like to mix things up.
Yeah.
Second question, sports car or house?
House.
Why?
Investment.
Oh God, you're such an entrepreneur. But favorite sports car?
Alfa Romeo. I drive Alfa Romeo.
Ah, well then you just answered
Yeah.
my question. And then favorite movie, since you like movies now, or you have to like movies because of your business.
I love romantic movies.
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
Which one? Which one's your
Which
favorite
one? Wow.
Tick, 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 tick,
I
tick.
can't remember. There's
Name
a lot
one.
of romantic movies.
Okay, favorite actress?
I don't know.
Oh God, there's no actress called I don't know. Anyway, last question. If you only had 80 cents in your coin pouch, no mobile phone platform, no ATM, no credit card, no mode of communication really, what would you do with only 80 cents in your wallet?
Donation. Charity.
Are you hungry?
I would say that if I only have 80 cents, I'll just donate to someone that's more needed than me.
Okay. An entrepreneur and a person who's very caring. You're one in a million. Thank you very much.